Good morning everyone, welcome to my channel. As you will have noticed, I have changed eating plans. I am now following Slimming World. So I decided, as I did 10 years ago, that I needed to change my life. I needed to take my power back. I guess that's the word I'm looking for. My power. That inner strength that I know is inside me that I had allowed other people to take little bits of, to the point where my energy was completely gone. I was drained, I was tired, I was lost. That feeling started again 2 years ago, and that was when I was working in a job around food where I felt trapped. I did not want to be in the food. I did not want to be responsible for feeding 14 other people, but also I didn't want to feel like I was being controlled in what I cooked for them. So I started sort of feeling uneasy. I wanted something different. I decided to hand in my resignation. I was on the waiting list for hip and foot surgery, but I had a calling to go home. I needed to go home to England, and I did. I left for England last June. I was there till September the 9th. We went to Cornwall, and I had this voice inside me asking if I thought that I could cope being here if my father passed. I don't know what it was, but I had to get home. Got on a plane and arrived home on the 11th of September. My dad passed on the 29th of September. Within a week, I was called up on the waiting list for foot surgery. Went in for foot surgery on the 28th of March. Since then, I have been laid up. I have not been able to move very far. I cannot walk for long distances because I am in a Darko shoe, which means that I'm uneven. My ordinary shoe is slightly lower than the Darko shoe, which is causing me to limp, which is causing stress on my hips. It is causing exhaustion. I went to the dietitian. I showed her the foods that I was eating. She said that they were fine, that they were well balanced, and not to feel guilty because I'm not doing what someone else says that I should be doing. If I have a snack here and there, that's okay. Just be mindful that the snack you're having is not going to cause you to go into binge mode. When I thought about what she said, I realised that in the last 5 months, I have really got stuck into what it is I'm eating, how I'm eating it, how I'm cooking it, what the triggers are when I go off, and I want to have a couple of ginger nuts. And I realised it was because the Bright Line eating plan, there was something about it that was triggering something inside me from my past, and that was this controlling aspect, feeling like I wasn't worthy because I couldn't stick to the plan. I wasn't getting into all the groups. I tried, believe me, I tried, but there's just so much that I found that I was just concentrating endlessly on food and second guessing everything, looking over my shoulder thinking, oh, am I missing out on something? That's no way to live. With Weight Watchers, it was points. There was an aspect of this plan that was very much linked to my marriage, how my emotional body, I guess you could call it, was reacting to certain situations. There's nothing worse than when you are trying to clean up your eating patterns, follow healthy guidelines, that you have someone that is continually trying to sabotage you because they don't want you to change. They don't want you to get slim. They want to keep you the way that you are because then you won't go anywhere, you won't do anything, you will be tied to them. That was a trigger linked to Weight Watchers, and I thought I just can't do that either because it just keeps bringing up those past emotional energy depletions, I guess you would call it. I did a lot of soul searching. I have been eating ordinary food. When I was laid up in the beginning, my son was cooking a lot of the meals. I have gained weight. I was 17 stone 1 a year ago. When I stood on the scales at the doctor's that Monday, I came in at 20 stone 0.5. She asked if I was happy to get on them, and I knew that I'd gone up, but seeing that was not where I wanted to be, because when I first started losing weight after I left my marriage, I was at 23 stone. I don't want to be back there. I realised that the plan that I had been following when I was 16, when I was happy, I had my first real job, I felt this inner strength that I didn't realise I had sort of been dumbing down due to all the bullying that I had experienced from age 5 to age 16. At school, I had a chance to stand in my power and follow my dreams. So I joined Kilo Club, which was where you are counting calories, eating real food that everybody else was eating. You just counted your calories and ate under a certain amount, and you just altered your portion sizes. I have been watching those on YouTube in Slimwin Group, and they are on Slimming World. When I was in the UK, I was going to join Slimming World, but then of course I had to come home in a hurry. I then found out I can do it online from New Zealand. So I joined. When I stepped on the scales on Friday, I was down to 20.2 stone. So I've lost 3 pounds in the first week. I'm really happy with that, and I want to keep that memento going. I feel as if a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders. I don't feel like I'm juggling a whole lot of balls in the air. I decided 2 weeks ago to just stop and let those balls fall. I was tired. I don't want to live like that anymore, because I intend to travel next year. I really don't want to have hip surgery, and the only way that I'm going to get around that is to eat healthy, to get the sleep I need. That is part of grief. I understand that, because during the day you're busy, you're filling your time and your mind with other things, but as soon as you go to bed, that's when things can affect you. That is where I am at. That is why I have changed to Slimming World. I will be uploading my what I eat in a week and grocery hauls on a Thursday. On Sunday, that will be when I upload my weigh-in, fill you in on how my week has been, and I will also include a recipe that I have done through that week. I will see you on Thursday with my what I eat in a week. I will be getting out to get some plants and things. I'm going to take you along with me as I weed and plant the spring summer gardens. I'm really looking forward to that, to getting fresh salad greens, new potatoes. If you want to join me on this new eating regime, and I guess my life going forward, because there are a lot of things that I intend doing next year. What I put into place this year are the stepping stones. So if you're not subscribed, please don't forget to subscribe, because it helps the algorithms, and I'm really trying to grow my channel so that I can get out there a little bit further to help other people understand that life doesn't stop when you hit your 60s. If anything, you let go of so much crap that you've had in your life and realize that it was just a moment. That moment's gone. It's in the past. And when we look at it that way, the world is our oyster. Don't forget to comment and share if you think there may be someone out there that may benefit from this crazy, not straight road that I'm on. And I will see you in my next video. Take care, everyone, and enjoy your weekend. Bye for now.